Hey guys, today we'll be looking at every summer 2020 set that has been revealed, and this will be an in-depth analysis on that, and I will also be looking at every set still to be revealed to either be in summer 2020 or later in the year. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. First up, we have set 75280 501st Legion Clone Troopers with 285 pieces, and this is 7+. This contains 6 minifigures, the 3 501st Clone Troopers, 1 501st Jet Trooper, and 2 standard battle droids. The builds consist of a overscaled AT-RT and a bark speed, and overall I do really like this set. They're both in the 501st colours, and yeah, it's just a really nice set that you will be able to play in the Skywalker saga. The set came into production because of M&R Productions, and he kind of just got everyone to basically spam all the Lego stuff, saying we want a 501st battle pack, and it eventually happened. So it's a great set overall, and this is coming in at $30, unlike other battle packs. After that, the next one up is the 75281 Anakin's Jedi Interceptor with 248 pieces, and this is also 7+. Overall, it has 2 minifigures, the R2-D2 and the Anakin Skywalker. These minifigures are of course the same as the ones from the Anakin's Jedi Interceptor set, and overall it is sort of disappointing. There isn't really a third minifigure, so that's really sad, and yeah, there's just nothing really great about the set. There's no major changes since the 2014 edition. Some slight changes include the lasers. They've turned from black to green, and it's kind of just a smoother model, so it's definitely better than the last one, but still sort of disappointing. This one up is also from the Clone Wars, and that is the 75283 A80 or Armed Assault Tank. This contains 4 minifigures, the Ahsoka Tano from Season 7, the 322nd Clone Trooper, and 2 Kashyyyk battle droids. One of them is labelled as the A80 Driver battle droid, but they are both just the same Kashyyyk battle droids, which is sort of weird. The setting of the box makes it look like Ryloth, which is so inaccurate. I mean, Ahsoka Tano never really goes up against the Separatists anyways, but it's just sort of a bit weird. I'm not complaining. The set is an amazing build for $40, and the minifigures are just incredible. Action-wise, the bit on the front and the top hatch can open up, and all the cannons can swivel around, which you'd expect, and there's also 2 spring-loaded shooters down by the front. And overall, I just really like this set, and it is a great upgrade from the last Separatist AAT. The next one up is set 75284, and this is the Knights of Ren transport ship, or the Night Buzzard, with 595 pieces. The set is rated 9+, and contains 3 minifigures, which are the Rise of Skywalker Rey and Cardo and Kuruk, who are of course the 2 Knights of Ren we have not seen. The detailing on their clothing is just amazing, and these unique helmets are just really cool. And honestly, the Kuruk looks so accurate, as does the Cardo, but Kuruk definitely looks it is definitely my favourite Knight of Ren, and it looks amazing. Overall, the build is okay. I don't really like Rise of Skywalker. You can play it in the game, it's confirmed there, but I just don't really like this ship, and I think it would be better if they did it in a better size. The set is of course coming in at $70 US. The next one up is coming in at $80 US, and this is the 75286 General Grievous' Starfighter. Overall, it's sort of disappointing. It has 487 pieces, and at $80, which is very overpriced. Minifigure-wise, they have the Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is the same from the Duel on Mustafar set, as well as an exclusive Airborne Trooper and the standard white General Grievous. Yeah, so it's just really disappointing to see. There's not really a Boga, which I thought there would be, but function-wise, there's the 2 spring-loaded shooters underneath which you can fire, some stud shooters, and there's also a bit on the wing which you can slide off, and then you can fit General Grievous' lightsabers into it. Next one up is set 75288, and this is the AT-80 with 1,667 pieces. This contains 6 minifigures, the Luke Skywalker, the General Veers, 2 AT-80 pilots, and 2 snowtroopers. And overall, it is a really nice build with some quite cool functions. The minifigures are also amazing. General Veers has a unique helmet piece, which I think does look really cool. And yeah, there's also an E-Web cannon and a speeder bike included. Overall, it is just a really nice build, and it's a great upgrade from the 2014 one. inside there's some gears where you can pull up Luke on his rope. In the back there you can fit a speeder bike in. There's also, you can open up the panels on the side and there is a lot of seats in there, as well as some spring-loaded shooters on the cockpit area, as well as then you can also fit 3 minifigures in, so that's 2 AT-AT pilots and the General Veers. In previous versions you could only fit 2, so it's really nice to be accurate here. However, it is of course not in minifigure scale. I really think LEGO should do a UCS AT-AT in minifigure scale, and I think that would be really cool. Next one up we do not have pictures for, and this is the 75290. Apparently it's going to be a UCS Imperial Shuttle. That's the actual rumour we have for it. There's nothing else. I really want it to be a UCS Malachor's the Temple. That's unlikely, but you can check out my video on that. And yeah, I think that this is definitely likely. It's been 10 years now since we had the last one, so I think it would be around the same amount of pieces, the same size. That last one was in minifigure scale, so it's really nice to get something like that in minifigure scale. There are a lot of Return of the Jedi sets in this range, including the 75291 Death Star Final Duel with 775 pieces, and it is 9+. It's really weird to see this. It is 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. But anyways, the minifigures for this are 2 Royal Guards, the Luke, the Vader, and the Emperor. Function-wise, Luke's bridge can fall down. And yeah, you can also, there's an unlock code there for some character. The Darth Vader actually has some exclusive arm printing, which I do think looks really good, and that's probably the exclusive minifigure. I really think LEGO just added this minifigure in to make this so that more people would buy it. It is basically a direct re-release of the 2015 one, just with some added parts, so I don't know, I feel like they just added that in to boost up the price. I'm not really complaining. This is $100 US, and it is quite a good set, but it is basically just a re-release of the 2015 This one. Is also apparently going to be in a store exclusive set, so I don't know, we'll see what that's for. The next one up is also store exclusive, and this is the 75292 Razor Crest with 1023 pieces. This is 10+ and contains 5 minifigures, the Mandalorian, Grief Karga, Scout Trooper, IG-11, and of course that Baby Yoda, which just looks really good. And I think that's kind of just why they added this in. So there are spring-loaded shooters kind of near the engines. You can also lift up the cockpit area where you can fit Mando and Baby Yoda, and there's also a bit behind it where you can fit his gun. There's an escape pod that comes off the top, which you can fit a minifigure in. There's also Mando's bed, kind of near, around the bottom, under the cockpit I think. And also a place to store some spring-loaded shooters on the opposite side. Set is available for pre-order now for $130 US and will be shipping from September 1st. And then the next one up is the 75293 Resistance ITS Transport from Galaxy's Edge with 932 pieces. The set is rated 9+ and contains 4 minifigures, the V Moradi, the Lieutenant Beck, an astromech droid, and a brick-built gonk droid. Feature-wise, the cockpit can fit a minifigure. It doesn't look very comfortable for them, and it's not really detailed. There's no printed tile or anything, so that's sort of disappointing. Other than that, the roof can come off, and the bit for the cockpit kind of folds up. It reminds me a lot of the Rebel Combat Frigate from 2016. Like that set, it does have 2 stud shooters up the front which can swivel, and there's also some by the engine. And overall, I just think this is a well-rounded set coming in at $100 US. And I think that this could fit in any Rebel base. It kind of just looks like a general transport ship, but it would definitely go better in a Resistance base. Personally, I just think it's really great to see some sets from Galaxy's Edge. I don't know if you'd call it Expanded Universe, but I think that we could perhaps see some more Expanded Universe sets like this coming soon if this one is. The next one up is set 75279, and this is the Advent Calendar with 311 pieces. This contains 10 minifigures, I believe, and 24, of course, separate builds. The highlights of this set for me are the Snowman Gonk Droid. I think that looks really cool, as well as the Snowman Dio, and of course that Santa Darth Vader, or ugly Christmas sweater Darth Vader with the Death Star. And then there's also an ugly sweater Podameron with the BB-8, and I think that looks really cool. There's also a micro-scale Razor Crest, which I think just looks amazing, and it's great to see a Mandalorian set in here. And overall, this is a pretty nice advent calendar for 2020. And there is also a 7-letter code that will let you unlock a special character from the set, which will presumably be that Santa Vader. Take a massive look into everything in this set. There is an A-Wing, a Sweated Podameron, a Lars Homestead, Farm Boy Luke, that Razor Crest, a TIE Dagger, a Sith Trooper, an X-Wing, a Razor Ray, the Santa Do, a Millennium Falcon, a Porg, a Republic Cruiser, a Battle Droid, a Trade Federation gunship, an Anakin's Pod Racer, a Pit Droid, and a Snowspeeder, as well as a Rudolph Tauntaun, a Shield Generator, the Snowman Gonk Droid, a Stormtrooper, a mini Darth Vader's Castle, and that ugly sweater Darth Vader. Those are some quite cool builds. The X-Wing I think looks really nice, and it's great to see another Lego Pit Droid, and that Darth Vader's Castle is just nice to see in microscale form. Next one is set 75317, and this is the Mandalorian and the Child Brickheads with 295 pieces, and this will be retailing for $20 US. And it contains the Mandalorian and the Child as brickheads. The Child is removable from his pod, as is the Mandalorian from the stands, of course, and I think that they do look really cool. And there's another brick-built Baby Yoda, and that is actually just like the next ones, and the next ones will just be ones that we have are just rumours, which of course brings us to the 75318, the Child, which will be another brick-built Child. And this will actually be $100 US now, is the rumour going around. I originally said that it would be 70 or 80, but now $100 is the case. That is the same price as the Yoda. So I don't know, I feel like if you have the Yoda like me, then I would probably skip this set, unless of course it does look really good. And Lego needs to also somehow make Baby Yoda look adorable, and I don't think it would sell very well if it didn't. So I just want to applaud Lego for trying this, and if it doesn't work out, well, then it just won't work out, and I feel like that could be the case with this, so be prepared for it to not look cute and look utterly ugly. The next setup will be the 31200 Sith Mosaic. This was originally rumoured to be Maul, and now it is heavily rumoured to be Darth Vader, and this will be a part of a new line called Lego Zebra, which will focus on adults for mosaics. And I think that this would look really cool. I feel like mosaics come out better in MOCs, so hopefully Lego can nail this set. Can also imagine this being definitely $100 plus, and would contain a lot of little pieces and would be very expensive. The other one that we have is set 75294, and this will be $40. There's nothing attached to this, and I feel like if Lego didn't reveal this, or if there's no rumours, then it would perhaps be from Mandalorian Season 2 and they just can't do it. Or perhaps the rumoured Rebels sequel series or Clone Wars sequel series. And a $40 set, I can imagine like a big jewel. I don't know, from the Mandalorian Season 2, perhaps that could be like an Ahsoka vs. Moff Gideon. And I don't really know what else it could be. But yeah, stay tuned for more information on that, I guess. But that is all the images we have and the confirmed rumours and all that stuff for upcoming sets for summer 2020 and of course the fall 2020. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. That'll be all, folks. Goodbye.